Hello and welcome to the Philippines. This is the port of Maya on the north end of Cebu, the island of Cebu. And there are motorbikes you can catch there, and there are V-hire vans for hire there that will take you, many of them will be running back to Cebu City. And just a little bit more expensive than the buses, and you can catch buses out here as well. And then I'm not sure if they stop right along here. Some of them do, or you might come up here a little bit further to catch a bus. I'm not absolutely positive. There is a terminal in Daanbantayan as well, which I'll show you a little bit later. This video is a little bit, it's a combination of a number of different things. It's when I showed up here from Malapascua, I told the motorbike driver that I wanted to go. My understanding of Daanbantayan was that there was a white beach, long white beach, where there were many resorts. And I asked through my friend to take us to that area where there's lots of resorts. In fact, some of the requests got lost in translation. We ended up going to just one resort, kind of off by itself, and a very expensive resort, and would have been very nice stay there, but I requested again, take us into where there are many resorts along the beach, because I wanted to walk along and I wanted to see many different resorts and just see what was available. In my opinion, the journey going somewhere is often worth much more than the destination, and just the process, meeting people along the way, experiencing things along the way. So I don't get too impatient when when plans don't go exactly as planned, because it's part of the experience, and I think it's good, especially in the Philippines, especially when you're in foreign countries, just to be a little more patient, laid back, take things as they come to a degree, smile. Smiles will get you a long way in many countries. And this road goes down to a pretty expensive resort down here. The road wasn't that good, but very passable, and you'll get a little bit of a look at the beach area as we pull in up there. I think the lowest rate was just under 5,000, just under 5,000 pesos, about $100 for the night. A person could probably find better deals online, but anyway, a very nice area if you just want to come and chill out. I think you're probably far enough away from a lot of the noise, the karaoke, although there's never guarantees. There may be a karaoke machine just outside of your resort room window. We hired these two hobble drivers. The motorbike taxis agreed upon 50 pesos for the ride, and then when we told them to leave again, it was actually further than I thought to get to where we wanted to go. You can see the really nice beach in the background, and anyway, here's you check in out here. Motor vehicles have to stop out here, and we chatted with the staff a bit, and then we left. From Cebu City, it took us by bus, took us about 5 hours to get up to Maya Port in the Daanbantayan area, and going back from Daanbantayan bus terminal, a little bit different route, but we didn't go that far before we went on to the main route again. Roads were very good. We left on a Sunday, and took us about 4 hours exactly to get back. So it really depends upon traffic. Usually Sundays there is less traffic, but the road's very good shape. Didn't see a little bit of construction occasionally where you're down to one lane, but no potholes, those types of things. You have to be careful sometimes when you hit a bridge, can be a little rough. So if you rent a motorbike and you're riding yourself, be aware of that. I think the bus ride coming up 5 hours was 100 pesos and or $2 for a 5 hour trip. Going back was 120, I believe, or $1 or $2.40. Anyway, they're bringing us down. There's a sign out there directing us. There's a couple of resorts down here, and we're gonna just walk in. Did not reserve anything. I tried to look online, and every time the place come up, it said contact the resort directly. Because I asked if it was cheaper if I booked online when we were standing there at the office, and she said no, wouldn't be, and obviously because you have to book directly through them instead of a booking agent. The Skips Beach Resort, and quite comfortable. I'll show you the room, show you the area, the beach area. We had a real nice view overlooking the beach area. Food at the restaurant was quite good. All the people were quite friendly. And even though there was karaoke off in the distance, it wasn't bad enough to create. These are some of their rooms here. And I will show you the beach area here in just a bit as well. And they had brewed coffee. Yeah, this place is Skips Beach Resort, and we had a very nice room up on the third floor. No elevator, but that was fine and very comfortable. It was a foam mattress, which some people like, some people not, not as much. But anyway, it was comfortable. Very comfortable room, and nice chairs there and out in the hallway there. The cable television system was not hooked up yet, so but we weren't there to watch television anyway. And you might be able to see on some of these coconut trees some of the damage from the typhoon over Christmas. Did some damage. They've got a couple resorts up here that are still closed for another month or two while they're being repaired. We paid 1,700 pesos, which is 34 US dollars. So very reasonable, I think. And there's kind of a common balcony out here, and then you can go up those steps up to the roof deck as well. There weren't any chairs or anything up there, but a real nice view from up there on end of the city. And look at the water. You can see some damage in that coconut tree from back in December, Christmas time, typhoon. Saturday, so there were lots of kids out in the water with many of them with very little supervision, little or no supervision. Stays shallow quite a ways out there. The original owner was an American from the USA, I believe, and he died a number of years ago, and I think she remarried a foreigner. I'm not sure where he's from, but anyway, kind of a nice layout, very comfortable area, and seating outside as well. There's another, I think next door there's more of a Filipino type resort. They had a little bit of karaoke going on, but didn't really bother us. Met a couple, man and wife from Denmark. They were there going to Malapascua. We got over here Saturday a little bit before noon, and I expected to be able to walk along here, cover a lot of territory, see a lot of resorts, and I thought it would be similar to Malapascua, where they're just one right after the other. And not quite the same. They're spread out more, it seems. And then there was an area where you couldn't really continue walking. Now the tide is out; it's coming back in now. So we even have we can start seeing little fish swim in this real shallow area. Lots of kids out there. The commerce up here consists a little bit of the resort business, the tourist industry, and those who support the tourist industry, like these motorbike drivers who sit and wait for the pump boats to come in, wait for the buses to arrive, the vans to arrive, people wanting to go different places. And they also have quite a bit of sugarcane up in that area. And Typhoon Yolanda back in 2013 did a lot of damage to the crops up there. I think the December this past 2019 did some damage as well. Saw a few fields that looked like they were in pretty rough shape. Uh, but anyway, the water, beautiful clear water, as well as oh, just what a great temperature to be out there walking in that water. Daanbantayan town municipality is much larger than what I had imagined it was going to be. And looking on Wikipedia, they state that it's about 85,000 people. I don't know if that's the province or the municipality. But anyway, if you've many of you have grown up in towns of uh, 10, 20, 40, 100,000 people, you kind of get an idea. Concentration of people is probably much more dense concentration of people in land area than what you're used to. So even when you're in the country, you'll find that there's a lot of people. And here we stop for get directions to make sure we're on the right road going to the public market. And lots of friendly people along the way. Some spoke English, some not so much. I tried to speak to a few people in the market, and they just kind of looked at me, and their friends would say they don't understand, they don't speak English. Lots of little restaurants in any Philippine town. Got all the pots and kettles out there, cooking, and chairs and seating. And we walked uh, less than a kilometer being 0.6, a little over half a mile down here, and there's a crossing over a river bridge here, and then the market off to the left there is the bus terminal, the bus and van terminal, and then all the motorbikes, tricycles park over to the right here, and then the market is just up ahead of us here, and then a bit of a commercial area up there to the left too, with lots of different businesses. They have Jollibee in town. Once you got a Jollibee, what else can you ask for? Jollibee, similar to McDonald's, they've been expanding to more and more cities. I think even Phoenix, Arizona has a Jollibee now. I read that. So all you people from the Southwest, no more reason to come to the Philippines. You can get your Jollibee at home. Uh, Pig hauler, I think, probably, or a family, whoever you can fit in there, whatever works. I was a little surprised at how large this market was, and it was, maybe this is about 4 in the afternoon, and very, very busy. In fact, some areas of the market, it was even a little difficult moving around. People were trying to get their goods bought and get home so they could cook their families the evening meal. And you hire guys like this to bring your stuff to your store, to your home, whatever, to deliver it along the way. I suspect somebody like him, he might buy all those types of items for people in town. They give him a shopping list, perhaps. He goes and buys them and delivers them. Perhaps, don't know absolutely. But anyway, when you come to the Philippines, many people will give you the advice to find a province girl. The city girls have been corrupted by the city and materialism. Go to the province, go out to the country, places like Daanbantayan. Daanbantayan has two A's, D-A-A, and in the Philippines you pronounce both letters. So it's not Daanbantayan, it's Daanbantayan. Some of these, the produce was interesting, coming from different islands. Oh, really? And even different countries, and the logistics of how it all comes here, how it all ends up here, coming on buses and vans and trucks. And some of it comes from Carbon Market, in fact, which I found interesting, the big market downtown Cebu City. I bought a kilo of dried fish, these little fish, In fact, they had to go to another couple tables to get enough to make up a kilo. Dried fish are pretty light, and a kilo being 2.2 pounds. And did I eat them? Am I eating these fish? No, the answer to that is no. I am buying them. I didn't eat them. You can find a large selection of fresh fish and almost any place in the Philippines with so many islands. Many people make their living fishing. Little guys, little people, and not little people, Filipinos in little boats going out every morning and in the evening catching this stuff, bringing it into the markets. And I'm going to quit talking just a little bit and let you just listen to the chatter and the bargaining that goes on here in the market. There's a very interesting old church in town. Look at that thing. Awesome. Just very cool. And anyway, I thought we were going to stop at the church and look around and take some pictures. And it's one of the challenges of any relationship, communication. I may get in trouble for bringing this up. But communication, you know, in your own country with people of your with your own language, but especially when you go overseas and you're dealing with people where English is their second language, varying degrees of uh, of learning and understanding, and it happens often to me that I say something and then the discussion goes on in Bisaya here in the Cebu, and I think that we all understand and we all are agreed on what we're going to do, and turns out something else happens. We go some other place, and it can be a little challenging. Put that way, can be challenging sometimes. Similar thing happened when we booked this resort, where we walked in and asked how much, and we were given a room, and I asked where it was, and they said, yeah, it's over there, a room without a view. And I asked, well, how much for the room up there with the view? Same price. Well, I wasn't involved in the conversation, but I couldn't understand why we didn't pursue that going in. But because I spoke up, then we got, for the same price, we got the room with a view. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and I will see you next time. Daanbantayan, wonderful place to visit as well.